Hi, Ryan Murphy here from Guitar Lessons with Ryan, and today we're going to go over Best of My Love by the Eagles, so let's jump right in. Okay, so the rhythm for the entire song is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you miss the downstroke on beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and miss and 4 and. So, the introduction part starts on a C major 7 chord. So if you have the C chord down, take the first finger off. That's a C major 7. So on that first downstroke, first finger is off. Now on the upstroke, that's when you put the first finger down, like that. And then you hold the first finger down throughout the rest of that measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Take the first finger off for beat 1 on the next bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the next measure is an F major 7 chord. The very first beat, first finger's off. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's pretty much the same as that first bar with the C, except that these two fingers are moved down. The first finger is doing the exact same thing. All right, so we have 2 bars of the C chord. Then we go 2 bars of the F chord. And then we go back to the C chord, 2 more bars. I am playing a little fast here, just for demonstration purposes. And then we go to the F major 7. So that is your introduction part. Now let's move on to the verse. Basically, you play the exact same thing as the introduction. 2 bars of the C, 2 bars of the F, 2 bars of the C, 2 bars of the F. Alright, so far pretty easy. Now we're going to go on to the pre-chorus part. This is where we have an E minor chord. And you can play it with the second and third fingers, or the first and second, doesn't really matter. So 1 bar of that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to a D minor chord. And then back to the E minor. Now from there we go to an F major 9. I've heard people call this a G11 as a jazz chord. I consider an F major 9. So either a G11, F major 9, whatever you want to call it. So it kind of reminds me of your F major 7 that we played earlier, except the third finger comes off, pinky goes down. Third finger moves to the 3rd fret on the 6th string to catch that low G. Now we just hold that chord out for 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go back to the C, and then D minor, and then C, and then G. Now I use the open 2nd string for all the C's in every section except for the chorus and the bridge, which we'll talk about later. All right, moving along to verse number 2, same thing as the first verse. And again, I'm just going to kind of go through this very quickly. And then we go to the second pre-chorus. So we have an E minor chord, D minor, E minor, D minor. So this is different than the first pre-chorus in that we go to a D minor here instead of the F major 9. And then the next bar we pick up a G7 bar chord, like so. First finger bar, 3rd and 2nd fingers there. And instead of holding the chord out for 4 bars, what you can do is, so 1 and 2, and 3, hold. So you're picking the 6th string, 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. And then from there you go to a C chord. And then D minor, C, G. And then we go to the chorus part. This is the basically the same as the verse part, except we're not going to do this. We're going to go. So after the chorus part, we go to the bridge. We're going to play an F minor chord for 2 bars. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There's your F minor chord. If you have trouble with the grand bar, you could always do a partial bar like this. Or you can go like this even if you want. Okay, so 2 bars of the F minor, however you want to play it. And then we go to the C chord. Now notice I'm not playing the, doing a little embellishment with the first finger for the bridge. I don't really hear it in the recording. You could play it, doesn't really matter if you like the sound of it. Okay, so 2 bars of the C. So to recap the bridge so far, 2 bars of the F minor, 2 bars of the C. Then we go back to the F minor, 2 bars. And then we go to a D minor chord, 1, 2, 3, 4 to a G, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to hold those 2 bars out, D minor and G. So, all right, so I play the G chord this way. You can play it with 4 fingers this way or 3 fingers this way. Doesn't really matter, whatever your preference is. All right, moving right along to the 3rd verse. We're going to play the exact same thing we did for the previous verse. This, 2 bars of the C, 2 bars of the F. And then repeat, 2 bars of the C, 2 bars of the F. And then we go to a pre-chorus, E minor, D minor, E minor, D minor. This is like the 2nd pre-chorus that we played. And we go to the G7. All right, so after the pre-chorus, we go right into the chorus. And this is your final chorus. Now we're going to have a fade out, or you can just end on a C chord. All right, that's all there is to it for that song. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if there's any songs you'd like to see me teach in a future video, leave that in the comments as well. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.